The Lakers hiring Darvin Ham. Thoughts on that?
Well, I'm glad Darvin got an opportunity because he's paid his dues. He's a nice guy. We'll have to see what kind of coach he is. But listen, if one of your coaches is close to the same age as your players, your team not going to be any good anyway. I mean, the Lakers, they got a serious dilemma on their hands. I mean, their best player is going to be 40. Anthony Davis has never been healthy. And, obviously Russ is going to be there one more year. So what's really bad about the situation, next year is going to be the same as this year. And then LeBron's just going to be a year older. And then they'll have Russ off the books. And then they'll be like, but LeBron's going to be a year older. And Anthony, I said last year coming to the season, I'm not worried about LeBron or anybody else. If the Lakers is going to be any good, it's going to have to be Anthony Davis. I mean, I said if he's one of the top 5 players in the NBA, the Lakers can compete. Because you can't be asking a 38-year-old guy to be your best player. That just makes it. Same thing here in Phoenix. I'm like, it's time for Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton to step up. You can't ask 38-year-old Chris Paul to be your best player, especially, you think about it, Dan. He took them all the way to the finals last year. He came back and had the best record in the NBA all year. He gets them to the second round of the playoffs. That's a lot to ask of a 37, 38-year-old guy, especially a guy like Chris who's miniature. He's a little guy. But it's time for DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker to step up and be better than all-stars.
Talking to Charles Barkley, Hall of Famer. Yeah, I was back to the Lakers with Westbrook. I don't know what you can do with him, but I think it's going to be really hard for a rookie head coach to come in and all of a sudden figure out how to incorporate Russell Westbrook into the offense or utilize his talents. I just think that's impossible.
Well, because Russ is stubborn. I've always admired Russ because he's the hardest working player that I've ever seen in the NBA. But he's still trying to play the way he did 5 years ago. And he can't do that. As a player, as you get older, you have to kind of like, okay, I got to work on my strengths. And try to limit my weaknesses. But if you watch the Lakers play, which I've seen them play, unfortunately, they be stuffing them down our throat on ESPN and TNT. Like, he's trying to play the way he did 10 years ago, and it's not going to work. He has to make sacrifices. He has to learn to play without the ball. He has to really work on his shooting. And I don't know, part of his greatness is his stubbornness. And I don't know if at this stage of his career he can change.
Well, he can't shoot.
I know. That's what I'm saying. If I was Russ, I'd go get Reggie Miller, somebody like that who lives on the West Coast, and say, hey, they got Kyle Korver. He's working with Ben Simmons. So I said, hey, Russ, call Reggie Miller. Let's get in the gym and just shoot. Because the problem he's going to have, Dan, if he doesn't play well this year, his NBA career might be over. Because who's going to sign him if he doesn't work on his game, or he's going to try to want to be treated like he was when he was MVP like 6-7 years ago. So this is a big year for him.